Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. I am your host, Donna, and I am just doing a quick pop-up tonight to do some tarot reading. I was scheduled Wednesday night, and Blogtalk was having some issues, and it seems like they're still having some issues tonight, but at least I could get in. So you're here and you're able to get in. I am available for the next few minutes to give you a quick reading and get you going on with your holiday preparation. So as I wait, sorry, I got some twisted cords here. So as I wait, I thought, let me just start like I always do. Everything seems to be a little bonkers and haywire, but that doesn't mean we have to respond in that manner. So let's just start taking a deep breath and blowing it out. Again, take a deep breath and blow it out. One more time, take a deep breath. Hold it for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and blow it out. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just pull a card for the collective as we have just crossed over the winter solstice mark. And many of you are getting ready to celebrate Christmas with your family and your friends. Many of you have already celebrated Hanukkah. Some of you will be getting into Kwanzaa the day after. New Year's is on the way, and so there's a lot going on and a lot to keep us occupied and a lot to keep us stressed and a lot to keep us distracted, potentially. Pull a card for the collective. Give me 1 second here. All right. Told you this was a pop-up, so we're just going to go with the flow here. So the card I am pulling, 4 of Pentacles. So for the collective, this is the perfect card for this time of year. Even though we're in the final hours, this card is talking about saving your money or setting boundaries. So as you're spending, as you are getting gifts or have gotten gifts and you're thinking, if I could just get one more, set those boundaries. Don't cross the line that you have set. If you had a budget that you put together, do not go over that budget. You are not loved any less if you don't get exactly what everybody has asked for. You're not loved any more if you do. So don't put yourself in a situation when everything is said and done that on the 26th, the 27th, January 15th, 16th, when those credit card bills come in or whatever is coming in that's due based on the spending that you did now, if you have set your budget and you are close to that budget or you have met the budget and if you get one more thing, it will take you over, stop yourself now. Show some restraint because at the end of the day, those things will wear off, break. Many of those things can be replaced, and it is not worth your health, your sanity, your sleep at night to put yourself in a situation that you're going to have to dig yourself out of for the sake of love, for the sake of a gift, for the sake of what the season is supposed to be about or what we told the season is supposed to be about. So keep that in mind. There is one more shopping day left, but keep in mind, be mindful of your spending, be mindful of the boundaries that you set up, and adhere to those boundaries. That is the card for the collective. So hopefully there are some who will be able to jump on, but in the meantime, the other night with the winter solstice, I did a ritual that dealt with release. Because the solstice is about releasing. It is the longest evening For us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the longest night of the year, the shortest day, and the longest night. And that means the longest night of darkness. And for many of us, we see the darkness as a negative, as a time of dread, as a time of, I don't want to face it because I don't like what it is sending my way. But in order for us to appreciate the light, we need to learn how to embrace the darkness. And in embracing the darkness, sometimes we need to have self-reflection, and we need to have a heart-to-heart with ourselves that we can come to grips with, this has been holding me back long enough, or I have held on to this long enough, and it is time for me to let it go. It is time for me to say enough is enough, or it is time to accept that whatever served you before has run its course and it is no longer relevant, it is no longer necessary or needed. And it is time to just let it go and walk away. Maybe it is a person. Maybe it is an item. Maybe it is an emotion that you've been holding on to longer than you should have. This is the time where we release it and we let it go. And in that ritual, I took a piece of paper, I wrote down a word that was relevant to me, and I burned it. Now, here's part 2 of that. Once you burn the paper, or once you set the intention, or once you make the resolution, as many will be doing in a week, what are you going to do after you do that? After you burn the paper, after you make the resolution, what are you going to do to walk away from whatever that was that you said you were releasing in the fire, in your mind, in your spirit? What are you going to do once you've released it? There has to be a corresponding action on the other side of that. So if you're letting go of doubt, if you're releasing doubt and you've burned doubt, then you know what you have to do? You have to start getting an optimistic mindset. You have to start looking at the glass half full instead of half empty. You have to look at the situation as, this is not holding me back. This is an opportunity for me to overcome, for an opportunity for me to win in spite of, to succeed in spite of, to get the benefit of whatever that is in spite of. Basically, this is a time for no more excuses. No more excuses. Yes, the situation might be scary. It might be unfamiliar. You might be apprehensive to go through it, but it is time to go through it. Learn what you need to learn as you take that first step, that second step. You go all the way to the finish line. Learn what you need to learn. Grow up in the process and see the manifestation that you're looking for, that you've been waiting for, that you've been praying for, that you have been hoping for all your life, but you never thought you could get there. You can get there. But on the other side of everything that you said you were going to burn or you were going to release, that means now you have to put on your big girl panties, your big boy underwear, and you have to make it happen. You have to make it work. You have to persevere. So what are the cards telling us? As we have released, what's our next step? Now that we've released, now that we've put it on paper and burned it, now that we've put it out in the atmosphere and we have spoken it and claimed it and named it, what's on the other side? What's our first step? Card says Knight of Wands. That means now we have to gear up our energy because the new adventure has begun. It's almost like we're starting to be the fool all over again. Not a care, willing to try, willing to fail, but in the failure, willing to do that to get what I want. Willing to try again to get what I want. Willing to get back up after I've fallen to get what I want. Willing to not stop, no matter how many times that may take, to get what I want. Even in the midst of feeling embarrassed, feeling humiliated, Your friends are seeing you fall and get up, fall and get up, fall and get up. And they have words behind your back that they're going to say about you. But you keep getting back up. That's your corresponding action. Treat this like it's a new adventure. It never gets old. Even when you get up, it's another new adventure. Same goal, same outcome you want to see, but a new adventure. You tripped and fell, get up, it's a new adventure. Here's another try, new adventure. Get up, new adventure. Another try. New energy. Don't allow yourself to get depleted. Encourage yourself. Find someone who is not going to judge you, but keep you on task. Remind you that you've got this, that you didn't get this far to quit. Remind you that this time last year, you weren't even close. And look where you are now. You have no other option but to keep pressing. You have no other option but to keep going. You owe it to yourself to finish. Knight of Wands. So that's our new adventure. That's our energy. That's us gearing up to move forward. And so our next step after that, 2 cards? Okay, I have 1 here. Page of Cups. Keep your curiosity up. That's how you're going to remain fresh in the process. You've solved one problem. Let's get curious how you're going to solve the next one. Let's get our creative juices going. Let's get our intuition up. Let's get the antennas up. Which way am I supposed to go now that I've made it here? What's my next step? Keep your level of curiosity on high. Don't get complacent, the big head. Don't not pay attention to the signs and the warnings and the pricks that you may get within your spirit or in your mind's eye. Whatever signs that are being shown to you, seek those out. Research. Continue to be on, have a mindset of you're on a discovery. You're on a research. You're on a path to get to the end. And every little nugget that you can pick up along the way to get you there, you're going to pay attention to. So we have our 4 of Pentacles. That was for the collective. Now that we've released, we have our Knight of Wands. We have our Page of Cups. And then after that, what do we have? Sorry, I got another deck, so I got to shuffle that deck. So we have from this one, Queen of Swords. Now we're going to pick up the page. Queen of Swords, we're going to start using our wit. We're going to start being, what's the word I want to use here? Good judgment. So we're gathering our information. We're taking our steps. We're looking at and we're listening to our mind's eye. We're listening to our spirit. We're listening to the spirit. We're listening to all the signs that are around us. And now it is time for us to use good judgment and be balanced in that judgment. That means we need to say the truth. We need to only speak the truth. It is one thing to encourage yourself, but it's another thing to be honest in that encouragement. I should have done it that way. My bad. Let me just circle back and fix that. That's honest. Not making excuses, well, if this hadn't gone that way and that hadn't gone that way, it would have all worked out, and that's why I wouldn't have done that. No. Own your own smudge. If you mess up, own your smudge. You don't have to worry about somebody else smacking your hand. Smack your own hand and then keep moving. Yep, I missed the mark on that one. The signs were there. I disregarded. I misjudged. Now let me course correct so we can get this going. Back on track. Do you see the cycle? Do you see that this takes work? Do you see that we have to keep at this? It is more than a notion to just speak something and put it in the atmosphere, in the ether, and then expect it to just poof and work. Because it doesn't work that way. But when you get up off of your chair, get up off of the floor after meditating, get up off of your knees after praying, and you start to work and put your hand to the plow and move your feet one step at a time. And when you start doing that, the pieces of the puzzle will fall into place. And it doesn't mean it's going to go exactly the way you think it's going to go. But it does mean that if you don't give up, and if you make the adjustments you need to make, and if you have to come back to start and get it all together one more time, and you're willing to do that, and you're willing to not care that who sees what's going on, not care that who hears what's happening, not care that they thought they saw you here yesterday and you're still standing there in the same position, that you don't care what others see or say, because you know, yeah, I'm working this out. And you may have to enlist the help of others, where they will come alongside you and walk it out with you, because that's their purpose in your whole scheme of things. It may work that way. But the point is, utilize what you have an honest outlook, even though you have the goal in front of you, and keep it moving.